The problem with idealizing love is that it causes us to develop unrealistic expectations about what love actually is and what it can do for us. These unrealistic expectations then sabotage the very relationships we hold dear in the first place. What's up everybody? Welcome to the video. My name is Tanvir Ahmed, and hey, consider subscribing if you haven't already to upgrade yourself and your relationships to the next level. So here are 3 harsh truths about love. Number 1, love does not equal compatibility. Just because you fall in love with someone doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good partner for you to be with over the long term. Love is an emotional process. Compatibility is a logical process, and the two don't bleed into one another very well. It's possible to fall in love with someone who doesn't treat us well, who makes us feel worse about ourselves, who doesn't hold the same respect for us as we do for them, or who has such a dysfunctional life themselves that they threaten to bring us down with them. It's possible to fall in love with someone who has different ambitions or life goals that are contradictory to our own, who holds different philosophical beliefs or worldviews that clash with our own sense of reality. It's possible to fall in love with somebody who sucks for us and our happiness. That may sound paradoxical, but it's true. When dating and looking for a partner, you must use not only your heart, but your mind as well. Yes, you want to find someone who makes your heart flutter and your farts smell like cherry popsicles. Absolutely. But you also need to evaluate a person's values, how they treat themselves, how they treat those who are close to them, their ambitions and their worldviews in general. Because if you fall in love with someone who is incompatible with you, well, as the ski instructor in South Park once said, you are going to have a bad time. Number 2, love does not solve your relationship problems. My ex-girlfriend and I went through weekly bouts of meaningless drama and fighting. And every time we fought, we'd come back to each other the next day and make up and remind each other how crazy we were about one another, and that none of those little things matter because we're so in love and we'll find a way to work it out and everything will be great. Just you wait and see. Our love made us feel like we were overcoming our issues, when on a practical level, absolutely nothing had changed. As you can imagine, none of our problems got resolved, the fights repeated themselves, and the arguments got even worse. We were both self-absorbed to the point where we couldn't even communicate effectively. Hours and hours talking on the phone, yet nothing actually said. Unsurprisingly, that relationship burst into flames, and the big lesson I took away from it was this. While love may make you feel better about your relationship problems, it doesn't actually solve any of your relationship problems. Number 3, love is not always worth sacrificing yourself. One of the defining characteristics of loving someone is that you are able to think outside of yourself and your own needs to help care for someone and their needs as well. But the question that doesn't get asked enough is, exactly what are you sacrificing, and is it worth it? In loving relationships, it is normal for both people to occasionally sacrifice their own desires, their own needs, and their own time for one another. I would argue that this is normal and healthy and a big part of what makes a relationship so great. But when it comes to sacrificing one's self-respect, one's dignity, one's physical body, one's ambitions and life purpose just to be with someone, then that same love becomes problematic. A loving relationship is supposed to supplement our own identity, not damage it or replace it. If we find ourselves in situations where we are tolerating disrespectful or abusive behavior, then that's essentially what we're doing. We're allowing our love to consume us and negate us. And if we're not careful, it will leave us as the shell of a person we once were. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and subscribe and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I publish a new video. And as always, see you next week.